First off, I'd like to clear up a couple things because Mr. Mellencamp does deserve thanks for laying down so many words that are so apropos to the situations we find ourselves in. For instance, on the first one, I wanted to play the face of the nation. It keeps changing and changing, and I don't recognize it no more. Okay, he's from the Midwest too, and it's not how we say it here, it's what we say that matters. And then in the last one, I want to put, we are the people, and we live forever. And our future's written on the wind. Okay, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it is just music. So I found out I have to buy another program to be able to edit music, so it's going to be a while before I put any more on. And then the freedom thing. We here in our comfort zone over here that have been living under the delusion that we're free for so long, it's just been comfortable enough that a lot of people don't complain about it. But I don't think nearly enough of us grasp the concept of the percentage of the entire human civilization that's went to an early grave fighting for it. You know, I guess it's pretty common knowledge back in the summer, Ted Nugent was at that convention center at an NRA rally, and to lighten it up, he said that basically this administration was using the Constitution as toy. Now, I'm afraid, Ted, you're a little short-sighted on that one. But there is a story from his heyday that something he said left a reaction that was absolutely hilarious. He was in town for a show, and he was at his local radio station for an interview, and for some reason our local sportscaster guy went to the station every day and did his sports thing from the radio. So Docky introduces him. You can hear him say, "Oh, this is Ted Nugent. And, hi, this is Zipper Zeppa, and hey, nice to meet you." Next thing you hear is, "Zip? What kind of a name is that? Bend over and I'll show you some zip." And if you knew what this guy looked like, because he was tall, skinny, straight-laced as he could be, I know that head started swaying, and because he went completely silent for 2 or 3 seconds. All you sudden you hear, "What?" But like I said, Ted, I'm afraid you're a little short-sighted on this one, because I had a dumb moment just the other day that this year, well, 2013 is the centennial of us being sold down the road. Yes, 1913, the year, I'm pretty sure the first Democratic president ever instituted 2 illegal organizations that we still have with us today. Thank you, Mr. Wilson. Thank you, Mr. Wilson. Thank you, Mr. Wilson. In fact, they're the 2 that Mr. Paul wants to eliminate and investigate. I know I have 10 minutes for these things, but I end up forgetting things, and they end up only being 6. Because I had, in the last one, 2 words for each of the candidates. And I was going to say that, you know, neither one of you were going to like them, and it was 2 different words. But that's a moot point now, so it doesn't matter. But what I had planned, Mr. Incumbent, was a parody from an old Pacino movie. Yeah, because, sir, it is so apropos to this situation. You know, I want to take some time. I may not even put one on next week because I want to watch the movie again. I haven't seen it for years. And let's face it, Al was the devil, and you don't get much bigger than that. Well, you can, but, you know, I want to switch gears right now anyway and talk some science. You know, finally the election's over, we can relax. I hear these guys all over YouTube, you know, I have 30 years of research in on this. Well, fellas, you don't have anything on me. I'm as old as any of you, and frankly, unless you started reading before you went to school, I might be up on you a little bit. In fact, the first book I read was The Andromeda Strain. Then after you get in there and run, spot, run is just a little repetitive. Okay, science lesson for the day. We walk, sit, do everything we do on the crust of this earth. It sits on top of the mantle, which is the big stuff in the middle. And then, of course, under the mantle is the hot part that makes us a magnet. which keeps us in line with the big magnet that holds everything in place. But okay, underneath this crust, the earth shakes this way and the plate goes that way and it turns into a goo. We hear these guys all the time, we're going to run out of oil. That gunk that is the byproduct of the crust rubbing against the mantle. There's a never-ending supply of that stuff. And okay, yes, it does burn a little dirty, but am I the only one to say, thank you, Al, for finally going away? His theory was such skewed science, it was pathetic. You know, like I said just a minute ago, okay, the middle, the hot stuff in the middle gets up. Those are volcanoes. We have them all the time. The shaking between the plates and the mantle, earthquakes. But now, because of sonar, we're finding out that 2/3 of the earth, that's a well-known fact, is covered by water. And underneath those waters are vast mountain ranges with volcanoes that are going off. Just Al's whole thing was CO2 levels are being increased. And he claims it's because we're burning stuff. Sorry, Al, but when a volcano erupts under the ocean, it heats up that water, it rises up, heads out as steam, making the clouds and all of the rain, and puts more CO2 into the air. You check it out, IceAgeNow.com. Because here's something I left out from the first one. Those Mayans were just pointing out that an age was coming to an end. And if geology has taught us anything, it's that after CO2 levels rise, there is a change. And there's another little aspect of the fact that trees and plants breathe in carbon dioxide, which just happens to be the exact same thing that this gasoline and oil that they've refined burns. So it seems to me that there was a device put in place that when man finally discovered that they could cram a hunk of metal together, put movable parts in it, make a way for it to ignite, we would have motion. And then there were plenty of trees around to take care of that ever-expanding population problem we seem to be running into now. So that's all I have for now. I will get back with you soon, and I will see you then. Bye for now.